You know, life isn't always sunshine and roses, it throws curveballs. We get knocked down, sometimes by things we never saw coming. It's in those moments when the ground feels unsteady that we discover who we are. Adversity, as unwelcome as it is, has this incredible way of revealing our resilience, our courage, our capacity for compassion. It's like this deep well inside of us, and sometimes it takes hardship to show us just how deep that well goes. We're going to talk about navigating those challenges today, about facing down those storms and coming out stronger on the other side. We're going to dig into the heart of resilience and find those tools, those practices, that allow us to not just survive, but to really rise from those ashes. This isn't about pretending things are easy or denying the very real pain that adversity can bring. It's about showing up for ourselves even in the midst of those struggles and saying, okay, life just got real, but so did I. But so did. When things are hard, when we're hurting, it's so easy to get stuck in a negative spiral. We dwell on the problem, replay the what-ifs, and let fear take the wheel. But what if we chose a different lens? What if, instead of focusing on the problem, we got curious about solutions? This isn't about toxic positivity, about slapping on a happy face and pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the hard stuff, holding space for the pain and grief, and then asking ourselves, okay, what can I learn here? What's one small step I can take towards something better? And you know what pairs beautifully with problem solving? Gratitude. Seriously, even when it feels like everything is going wrong, there are still things to be grateful for. The roof over our heads, the people who love us, that first sip of coffee in the morning. Gratitude is like this muscle we can build, and the more we use it, the stronger it gets, and the easier it becomes to shift our perspective, to find those glimmers of hope, even in the darkest of times. Resilience. It's a word we hear a lot, but what does it actually mean? It's not about being stoic or emotionless, pretending that we're not affected by hardship. It's about learning to be with our emotions, even the messy ones, without letting them control us. It's about developing emotional literacy, understanding what we're feeling and why, so we can respond to challenges with intention. And sometimes being resilient means asking for help. It means reaching out to our people, to our friends, family, a therapist, and saying, hey, I'm struggling here. Can you hold space for me? Can you remind me of my strength when I've forgotten? Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's courage, it's connection. It's what allows us to weather those storms, knowing we don't have to do it alone. But resilience also requires us to take care of ourselves. It means prioritizing sleep, nourishing our bodies with good food, moving our bodies in ways that feel good. It's about filling our own cups so we have something to pour from when those storms hit. Chapter 3. The Gift of Falling Down, Embracing Failure as a Teacher. Here's the thing about failure. It's inevitable. Every single one of us is going to fall down, make mistakes, experience setbacks. It's part of being human. The difference, though, is how we choose to relate to those experiences. Do we let them define us, keep us small and afraid, or do we see them for what they are, powerful opportunities for learning and growth? Failure is data. It's information. It's telling us what worked, what didn't, and what we might want to do differently next time. Instead of running from it or trying to bury it, what if we got curious about it? What if we asked ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this to become even better, even stronger? And you know what? Sometimes failing at something means we're meant for something else entirely. Sometimes it's those unexpected detours that lead us to our most beautiful destinations. Chapter 4. From Stuck to Stepping Stones, the Power of Taking Action. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when facing a challenge, especially if it feels big and daunting. But here's the thing. Action is the antidote to overwhelm. When we break down those big, scary goals into smaller, more manageable steps, suddenly, they don't seem so insurmountable. And let's talk about expectations for a minute. We live in a culture that's obsessed with overnight success, but the truth is, real change, lasting transformation takes time, it takes effort. It takes showing up day after day, even when we don't feel like it. So, be kind to yourselves. Set realistic expectations, and celebrate those small wins along the way. Because every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. It's proof that we're moving, that we're growing, that we're not giving up. And those small wins, they add up to extraordinary things. Chapter 5. The Long Game, Cultivating Patience in a World of Instant Gratification. Patience. It's not about waiting passively, it's about actively trusting the process. It's about understanding that growth, healing, transformation, they all take time. And in a world that's constantly demanding we go faster, do more, be better, practicing patience is a radical act of self-love. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate patience is through mindfulness. When we're present in this moment, when we're fully engaged with what we're doing, rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, we create space for peace. We interrupt that cycle of anxiety and allow ourselves to simply be. And sometimes patience means choosing to sit with discomfort, to resist the urge to make impulsive decisions or take shortcuts. It's about trusting that the answers will reveal themselves in their own time, and that sometimes the most important thing we can do is simply breathe and allow life to unfold. Outro: Your story matters, rising together. Look, you are not alone in this. Every single person you meet is fighting a battle, carrying a burden, facing their own storms, and that shared human experience, that understanding that we're all in this together, is a powerful source of strength. By embracing these strategies, by choosing courage over comfort, by showing up for ourselves and each other, we can cultivate the resilience we need to navigate whatever life throws our way. We can transform those challenges into opportunities for growth, for connection, for becoming the most authentic, wholehearted versions of ourselves. So, tell me, what resonated with you today? What practices are you ready to bring into your own life? I'd love to hear your stories, your insights, your own experiences with overcoming adversity. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below.